While others celebrate the wins,
Yes.
we celebrate the mud.
each episode has a special guest.
Tony-nominated actress, Broadway's Lily Cooper.
Tashir Zameda.
David A. Gregory.
Getting messy with muddy topics.
We are going to be talking about grief journey.
With hilarious moments
Now get over here.
And deep conversations.
I'm ashamed to even admit this, but this is what happened.
This is Into the Mud.
Hey everybody, and welcome back to Into the Mud podcast. While others celebrate the wins,
We celebrate the mud. We are coming to you from the Barrow Room at the Malin in West Village, and we are joined today by our wonderful guest, Julia Shiplett.
Yay!
Hi.
So happy to be here.
So happy to have you. Love you so much.
We all got the gray, black,
We got the
monochromatic
monochrome memo.
Thrilled about it.
We said no color.
We said fall in New York.
New York, bring the sadness
Yeah.
Chic
upon
sadness.
us.
Yeah, 100%.
This room.
Absolutely. I love it. We're so happy to be back. We've been on our little summer break. We have so many things to talk about. But we are here today with you. Okay, so let's first talk about how you and I know each other.
Yes.
We met 70 years ago.
It was 1943.
1943.
Prohibition had just ended. And we had ourselves a good time. Let's say that.
a good time. We always live with the transatlantic accent.
know
Did
why.
we do a
We do as
transatlantic
well.
just every episode? Every episode. It's a Brene Brown reference and a
And a
transatlantic.
transatlantic reference and maybe some sort of an offensive gay joke. Yeah.
Absolutely. Check.
that.
We've got them all done in the first 3 minutes.
All right, that's a wrap.
And done. But we know each other. We were both Badgers. We went to UW.
You're from UW as well.
Yes. Are you?
Oh, no, but I know everyone you went to school with because they all were in Spain with us when we studied abroad.
Study abroad.
Correct.
Yeah.
Study
Yes,
abroad. And
yes,
you were in
yes.
Prague at
I was
the
in
time.
Prague. Praha.
Were you there the same semester?
I was there the year.
We didn't
No, but-
know
but
each
we
other
didn't know each
until
other.
actually after college.
Oh no.
In Chicago.
What a shame.
Through mutual friends.
Through mutual friends.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, I love that.
So we've known each other forever. And
Yeah, I
then
know.
Julia is a wonderfully accomplished comedian, actor,
Yes.
writer. You've been in a ton of stuff. You've been in High Maintenance, Crashing, HBO. You just were filming a lot of stuff this summer as well.
was.
What are you at liberty to talk
I
about
don't
or
know.
not talk
I
about?
sign forms and
sign
I'm
a
waiting to
form?
get sued any day now.
Okay.
I don't know. I don't know.
We'll just
You
say
don't know yet.
generic
just
cool stuff.
Generic cool stuff that
Shooting
you've been
something fun this
filming.
summer.
She's
Yeah.
shooting fun stuff.
Amazing.
Your writing has appeared in the New Yorker. You do stand up all over. She wears many hats.
You write for the New Yorker? Is that what you just
Every single day.
every day.
Cool.
Every
Wait,
Twice.
what do you do?
she'll like the
Like shouts and murmurs. Like
That's incredible.
Isn't
you.
that amazing?
I love that.
I
What
know.
a cool
Thank you.
gig.
I know. You love a New Yorker cartoon more than
I
anyone
love a
I
New
know.
Yorker cartoon.
More than
and
anyone
just
I know, and
read
I
New
love
Yorker
that.
Magazine is one of my favorite
They're the best.
publications.
They're the best.
It feels like a New York pride moment too. To live in New York and be like,
totally is.
I have my copy of the New Yorker and I'm reading the New Yorker. It's
Do you
so,
still
like,
get a copy?
No. I read it virtually.
They were coming too frequently for me, and I was having stacks of New Yorkers.
it's overwhelming.
and I was like, I can't
'Cause they're
possibly
dense.
keep up. They're very
They're
dense.
good for a mood board.
They're
When you need to like, cards down.
they're good to look at. not
They're
read.
great to look. Yeah, they are really pretty. I love
They are
them.
really pretty.
Oh, that's so cool.
yeah.
You.
So funny.
cool.
So good.
Good for you.
And
This is huge for me, guys. I really. Wow.
listen, we like to
going,
lift you up
'cause I
before we
feel
absolutely
that a lot.
open you
Decimate
wide
you.
to talk about your worst muddy situation. Well, perfect segue, because
Yeah.
today, what you wanted to talk to, and what we have, talked about as a topic that I think all of us can relate to, is like time wasted or feeling like you are too late.
Yeah.
So talk to us a little bit about like how you feel in terms of like what areas of your life do you feel like time has been wasted, or do you feel like you are too late for?
Whew, okay. I feel like I just struggle with the concept of time, both like on an everyday basis and just like figuratively. Like, what does time mean? Like, I get so existential about it, but it sucks because it's like literally there are numbers, which is like, no,
That we made
like,
up.
yeah, that
Yeah.
we made up, that is like rude and hurtful at the end of the day and kind of fake. So I just feel like I'm constantly struggling with that and how to prioritize my own time, whether it's literally like, what am I going to do today? Or like, what do I want this year to look like? And I think, I don't know if you guys feel this way, but my relationship with time, I think just got like warped and fucked by the pandemic.
Absolutely.
Like where I was like, it feels like, I mean, this is probably how people back in the day saw war, you know, where they're like, things are different before the war. And I'm like, it is that where it's just like, there is still, even in 2024, there is still like the pre-pandemic and like the post-pandemic mindset that is hard to shake. And I don't feel like well, we've also all aged 4 years, but I just don't, I think my relationship with time has just permanently changed.
May I ask how old you are?
56 and not looking bad.
Yes, 56. You look great.
Incredible.
You look incredible.
No, 37.
Okay. Oh my gosh, we're all the same.
All the
You
same.
too?
Yeah.
Lord.
What's your birthday?
June 10th, when's yours?
October 20th.
Oh my God.
Love
Oh my
that.
God.
Coming up.
And you're July
15th?
15th.
15.
I knew it. Yeah.
You know, 15.
Amazing. Oh my God, that's so exciting.
I'm a Scorpio man.
So we're all in this similar chapter of life.
Yeah.
Like 40 is approaching
It's
rapidly.
common. It's common.
But we're not there yet.
We're not there yet.
But it's
I would say we're still in our mid-30s. I say that.
I love that.
Yeah.
No?
I'll be in my
I'll own that.
mid-30s till I'm
Let's do it.
60.
I will be in my mid-30s.
mid-30s till I'm
Let's do
60.
it. Mid-30s, I'll take it.
Mid-30s.
That's fantastic.
Mid to late 30s.
Yeah, mid to late 30s.
Assistant to the regional manager.
Is your conflict with time right now in regards to your career? I know you just said it's kind of everything, but is it primarily career focused, or do you have personal life goals that are kind of knocking at your door right now? Is it like, I gotta have the marriage and the house and the blah, blah, blah?
Right.
Or is it, I want my career things to be this? What's the main defining?
It is all of the above. I think that, we've all chosen a really cursed hard path that doesn't have a clear roadmap and like truly looks so differently for everyone and isn't linear. Like you can have a fucking fantastic year and then it's real quiet the night. Like nothing is promised to you. This is not like a corporate ladder we're climbing. So it's really hard to know. Like it feels like, for me at least, it's hard to look back at the past few years and celebrate anything because it just doesn't feel permanent. I'm like, oh, well, what's next? Like I feel like this industry just makes you, for me at least, it's hard to like really celebrate the wins because future wins are not promised based on those wins at all. And it's a moving target of success. Like the more you get, the more you expect, the more you feel like you need to stay above water. So I think it's that. Like there's definitely things that I'm like, I started 2024 and I was like, these are a list of things that I want to do this year, like professionally. And I have done a few of them. I have a lot I have not done. And then I think just like, being anyone our age, which is like do you feel like every generation is like, God, we're so different than those before us and after us. We have such unique problems, but it's like actually
we actually very much do have same, but also we do have unique problems. Like when I look at like millennial, just when I look at our ability to buy a house or raise a kid in relation to our parents' generation, it's a completely different playing field. Versus when I look at like Gen Z, like the way that they are growing up amidst social media is not something we had to struggle with.
Right.
Thank God.
Thank God.
Truly. And that's a thing. I think there are like generational markers that just kind of
good and bad.
Yeah.
I think that we are, our non-comedian performer, non-artist friends, they have different markers and milestones that we do. And sometimes it is hard not to compare yourself to not, like, I don't feel like I have those external factors to point at our age. Like, I'm like, I don't own property, not married, don't have a kid, dying for a dog. That's really, that would be.
Yeah.
I
big win.
just dog sat and I can't. Okay, anyway,
What kind of dog?
An Ewok. Truly, like,
What was his name again?
perfect gremlin. Her name is Leapka.
Okay, sure.
I'll show you
Love that.
photos afterwards.
Yeah.
Love her already.
But I think though, like even to the point that I'm like, that's what I'm so obsessed with. I just feel like sometimes it's hard not to compare what you do and do not have to other 37-year-olds, other people in their mid 30s, like late 30s, or see people who are like, oh, you're 10 years younger and you are like well on your way to all these things, both professionally or personally, and feeling bad about it.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, but the thing is, it's like, I don't know if like those personal things, yes, would love to own property one day. God bless. Give me a bungalow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Give me a fucking,
A tiny house, anything.
Anything. A cottage.
literally,
A cottage.
a ranch.
Just a 17-bedroom mansion. Why not?
Why not? Throw it in there. Put it on the vision board with the New Yorker.
No, I would take like a little mid-century
Anything.
storage, like, yeah,
Anything.
attic,
A
whatever.
mid-century anything. Yeah.
But I just feel like, yeah, it's hard though, because it's like I think that sometimes I have to figure out, do I feel bad because I don't have those things and I want them, or it's like, do I actually not even want them and I've been conditioned to think I want them, so not having them makes me feel bad about myself.
Yeah.
Do you feel that, like feeling like you're supposed to want things that you're like, actually I don't know if I want this?
Absolutely. Yeah. I mean, also I was having a conversation about this with my friends this past weekend about shifting and changing dreams and goals. And there are certain things that I am supposed to want right now at this chapter of my life and of my career, or things that when I was 22, I was like, I want those things.
Right.
And
Can I
now-
ask, when you say you are supposed to want,
Yeah.
according to you or according to?
According to what a lot of my peers are doing, and according
Yeah.
to what other, generally what other people do in the business in my position, there's like a kind of like a natural progression of like where people go and what they do, transitioning from one phase of their career to the next. So I do experience a lot of I should want this, I should want that in my career, but we're redefining what our dreams are.
Yeah.
And similarly with career stuff, with real life stuff, it's, I don't know, like, am I supposed to want kids? Am I supposed to want to
Totally.
have, this house in the suburbs? Am I supposed to want to have a massive family that I know is going to take care of me when I get older? I don't know.
Yeah.
But I do feel a little troubled by that of like, I should want these things, but I'm still trying to figure out what I do want. And then that makes me feel crazy that I'm 37 and I'm still trying to define, what do I want? What do I not want?
I know, but I'm also like so sus about the people who are 22 and they're like, this is exactly what I want. I'm like, you have so much time ahead of you.
Yes.
And I don't feel like it makes me think that you are actually not that thoughtful. Like you have not done the deep diving and like self-searching.
I think it's also, I thought when you brought up COVID, I thought that was, I think that plays more of a role in all of our lives than maybe we are even imagining. I think
Yeah.
also just the workforce looks different.
Yeah.
I think people are changing the way that they work in terms of demanding more time at home with, I think it just shifted people's priorities, right? Mine included. And I'm also at this stage of like hitting this point and being like, okay, I've done some pretty cool things in my career, and I don't know if I want to keep going down this exact path.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know if I have the energy and stamina to be performing 5 nights a week, or 6 or whatever it is, or doing 6 shows in a week, however that looks. And it is this scary concept of like, oh, I've put in all this work, and like, have I been wasting my time walking down
That's
this road
scary.
that is not actually what I want anymore? And then I think a lot of it has to do with framing, because the flip side of that is, okay, I've done all this work, I have all this knowledge, and I get to choose what my next step is, and how exciting is it that this is a blank slate in front of me, and I get to look right now at what are the things that I do love about this career, or that I do love about having free time, or whatever it is, and how do I create that in this next chapter, in this next phase. And I think also, we've talked about like, I think especially living in New York, as in this industry that we do of constant hustle, I'm also having to push back right now on like be busy all the time, throw 100% of your energy into work, and that's where you derive your value from. And it's like, I'm trying to reframe like what I want my life to. I don't want to be exhausted 100% of the time because I'm just hustle. Like it just, I don't know. That was
Agreed.
Can I ask you about time management?
Yeah.
Just because it's in the same category. And then that we can talk about where you are deliberate with your time, where you think you should be deliberate with your time, and where you waste time is a complicated money topic.
Yeah.
Because I think as freelancers, we're all hustling. And so we're constantly battling the like, I'm exhausted, but I should be resting, or I shouldn't rest because I need to get XYZ done. And then so rest is never rest and work is never, you're fully exhausted the whole time. I want to hear what your journey is with time management.
Oh, it's
in all regards.
haunted. It's so bad. I need help. Like literally help me. I really want to get better at it. I think for me, it's like, I have a to-do list always, multiple to-do lists. Sometimes it's like short term, let's like do this today, do this week, you know, bigger, longer goals. I think for me, I also, like both of you, I'm working on more than one thing at once. So it's like, okay, I am trying to, there's like 2 movie scripts that I like want to crack and like figure out the outlines and to do that for, which is very time consuming and also just like involves like, okay, I'm literally rewatching The Mummy because I wanted, because it's like,
why not?
because
I love the mummy.
why
because
not?
it's Wednesday morning and I want to live a little.
We need to see Brendan Fraser toss her over his shoulder and storm
I
out of the
want to
room.
see Rachel Weisz at any point in life.
babe.
The
and any time of the
sexiest
day.
Hollywood cast ever, in
Ever.
my opinion.
Yeah.
Honestly,
Everyone's
correct.
hot.
Everyone
Everyone
is
is
a
hot.
full babe.
But like,
even
no,
the mummy.
Literally, I'm like trying to write a I'm trying to write a horror movie for some reason right now, and my brother has been helping me, and he was like, you should watch The Mummy for like structurally. So I was like, literally, I'm like, watch The Mummy is on my to-do list, and I'm like, what is this good at? Like, you know, which is like, that's gonna be 2 hours of my day, and it does seem, I'm like, it's hard to put the value on that because I'm like, this might actually be very helpful for me. I don't know, but it also seems crazy as a 37-year-old single childless woman to be like, watch The Mummy today. And I'm like, this is not
I struggle
thought
with
my
that
future
all
was
the
gonna
time.
go.
Where it's like you start to work on something and then you're like, is this really what I need to be putting my time into? And you
Yeah.
spend, rather than focusing your energy on that thing, which is important, this, to look, to watch and structure it out and do the thing, but you're like, but I could be doing all these other things, and you end up giving, like, you split your brain in half. You're giving like 50% of your focus to this thing, and the other half is focusing on like, well, I should be writing jokes or writing this or finding a day job, like whatever it is, and you end up just, I have found that I am splitting my time between 1,000 tasks and getting none of them done.
Yes. Yep.
And my priority now is to be really adamant about focusing on one thing at a time and completing
Little
one thing at a
things.
time. Even just like reading books. I'll find that I read 4 books at a time, and I'll read them.
I do that
over
too.
the course
My
of
hack
6
is I
months.
don't read.
Amazing.
Yes.
It's for losers. It is
I'm
for
kidding.
losers. But it's
Can you
like
read what this says on the card? You don't know how to read, do you?
into-
Illiterate. You heard it here. No.
Gross. Hot but illiterate. But the little ding you get when you like complete a task or cross something off your list actually helps the forward momentum. And I only say this because I just listened to a podcast on productivity, and one of the things was
Send it my
like,
way.
I'm absolutely, we'll put it in the show notes actually. It was really
Yeah.
good. It was Jay Shetty's On Purpose, and he talks about like some of like essentially the productivity hacks of like not looking at email before you start, give yourself a couple hours in the morning to just do the tasks that you need to do rather than waiting for everyone to request things from you. Essentially create before you consume. And then,
Right.
which is so hard. But then there's also, it was like, maybe it's like it's some way to classify tasks into 4 different buckets, right?
Yeah.
So like urgent and important, and like again, it's but it was all these different hacks that were just so like, oh yeah, these are the things I need to be doing.
I think like I do want to learn better structures and tools for all this stuff, but I do think comes down to what works for the person, because it is like, in order, especially when we're doing creative tasks, like you can't just write a script. You can't just write a new 10-minute, it's like most creative endeavors in life. Yes, there is at some point you just have to fucking do it. But it's also like you also do need to, your consumption of the world, whether that's other art or taking a walk, watching the mummy, or also just like vibing and letting, like, just daydreaming and like not doing anything and just like passively downloading life. Like all of that does go into that, but it's so hard to quantify how that's being used in your task. So it is really, but yeah, I think breaking it down into little tasks on a day-to-day basis is really important.
That reminds me of one of the things that he said was, rather than writing a to-do list, write a to-start list.
Ooh.
Which I love, because
Not a to-finish list?
not a
finish it.
I know,
Yeah,
right?
that's a little scary.
But I'll write new 2 minutes, and it's like, no, just write for an hour. Like, focus on the process instead of the outcome.
Totally.
Like, because I've found that lately when I've been doing that, even if I didn't write 5 new pages of whatever, the fact that I cleared 2 or 3 hours of a day and just sat and wrote for that's the big win for me. Is like, oh, I sat in the process and I like got it going, because there's so many ways to disappoint yourself at the end of the day looking at what you didn't complete.
Yeah.
But like, a completed task isn't the main goal. I mean, it's the main goal eventually, but the short-term goal is, what's your process? Write the thing down, like do the thing. And this reminds me of, there's this great book, Atomic Habits, and James Clear is the author.
Should I read that? I can't read, but
You can't read,
should
but
I
audiobook.
should I ask somebody
Listen to it.
yeah.
To read it to you.
I loved it.
Okay.
I loved it. And he sends this great Thursday newsletter that has little just like, and again, I'm hesitant to say like,
to-do list.
add it to
Read
the to-do
Atomic
list.
Habits.
I know,
To
that's
to
Thursday
start
newsletter.
list.
Okay.
To start list. It's less, I don't even like to think of it as like productivity hacks, because that still to me falls into like this like go. But just like figure out what your toolbox is. Like to your point, like it's different for everyone. So I just like to know what my toolbox is. But in this, he said that the most invisible form of wasted time is doing a good job on an unimportant task. Do you have unimportant tasks that you do a really good job on?
God, yeah.
I think we all have.
We do.
So many,
What
but
are
I'm so
yours?
interested.
I would
to
say
know what
some
yours
of them are like also things that just give me pleasure, that have no, like, they're just things I want to, like,
Yeah.
Alex knows this. I will literally drop any and everything I'm doing to get a random knick-knack off Facebook Marketplace. I'm like, I can't work on this anymore. I have to go to Flushing to get a taxidermy bird. Like, it's stupid.
I love
fruit.
this, though.
Wooden fruit. Met a strange woman on a
my
strange corner one day to pick up wooden fruit.
For wooden fruit.
Because I needed wooden fruit.
But
I
you know
needed
what?
it.
Value here,
Essential.
though. This is a hobby, and there is
It is a
value in a hobby.
Yeah.
But it is
But is it wasted
There's
time?
there's something attached to it that is not healthy, for sure.
Is it like you're sitting down looking at a script and you're like, I have to write this, but there's wooden fruit in Flushing, I gotta go get it. Is it like it's your avoidance?
I'm like, ugh, this is hard. I don't want to do that. Let's see what's on the market right now. I'm gonna go to the market really quick. I go to the market. I'm like, wooden fruit.
Yeah.
In Astoria, BRB, like,
Yeah.
and it's like, why am I like? That's so crazy.
Yeah.
And it's also a lot of work. It's like not fun, but it's a weird thing where I'm like, I'm being productive. I'm getting, because I also moved last year. So I like want to make my apartment my
Make
like
it
gorgeous little
home.
sanctuary.
Yeah.
But that's a process. That doesn't need to happen. Like it's
Right now.
No.
Done.
So there's something attached to it for sure. But like, yeah, I mean, like, I think food too. Like I love food. I have started to really enjoy cooking. And I feel like I go to the grocery store all the goddamn time.
Me too.
4 times a week.
4 times a week when I'm like, I kind of don't need to. And
Yeah.
if I planned it better with my lists, I wouldn't be doing that. I would go 1 to 2.
Yeah.
But I'm like, I'm so close to a few too that I'm like, well, I'll just go get silken tofu. Why not?
Why not?
Absolutely.
It's 3:45. So things like that where I'm like, I'm gonna try this new recipe I saw on Instagram.
Yep.
That I'm like, why? things like that it's like, I do want to do them. I like to do them, but why am I doing them now? And it's because there's something else at task that I don't feel like doing.
What do you guys
you
do?
attach it to, or actually, yeah. I want to hear what
Do you guys do
yours
this?
are.
Oh yeah. I'm looking as I look at my nails. I will stop whatever I'm doing to paint my nails because especially if I'm like sitting at the computer doing computer work, I'll be like, this is the perfect time to do it because
They'll be drying.
They'll be drying as I do this, and I like to have my nails manicured and I don't like to go, and I'm actually saving money and. It's exactly the same. Let's stop the flow of what you're doing.
Yeah.
Paint your nails because you're actually managing your time better by completing 2 tasks at once by doing this. And it's like, again, I'm trying to be like, how about you just work for this chunk of time without distraction, and then you have free time that's actual free time.
Yeah.
That's like unencumbered by like what you should be doing, but just focused work for this amount of the day instead of I have the whole day to work kind of.
Right.
Yep.
That's my struggle
dangerous.
right now. Yeah. What's your unimportant task that you're really good at?
Anonymous
None.
sex.
Okay.
Wait, say that again?
I was like, anonymous sex. No, I'm kidding, but I'm kind of not. But I mean, there have been times where I'm like, I have so much work to do, and I'll be like, I don't know, I guess I'll just scroll Grindr and see who's out there because I can do a great job on the adult apps. Yeah. But it's time wasted.
Your Grindr is my Facebook Marketplace.
There we go.
Your wooden fruit.
There we go.
My wooden banana is your fresh.
Is real wood. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's real banana.
It's real banana.
Just some sausages and bananas. No, now I sound like a sex addict. I'm not. No, I would say, okay, biggest is Instagram scrolling. I'm really good at Instagram scrolling. Who's not? I waste a lot of time on Instagram. And cooking as well. I love it. It brings me deep joy. I don't have to spend 4.5 to 5 hours making a meal. I can probably cut it down to an hour and be just fine. But instead, I'm like, it's time. I'm getting out the cutting board and the knife. I'm sharpening the knife, and I'm gonna really work on my chopping skills today.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Like, and then I'm just different sauces, and I'm like,
Also, he's a phenomenal.
I'm like, I have a sous vide. I love all the kitchen accoutrement, and I'm like, oh, I could just get pasta from the store, but I was like, I'm gonna make fresh pasta. Like, I love it, and it brings me joy, and it is a de-stressor. But I waste hours cooking instead of doing the things I should be doing.
Is that every night, or because my thing is like, where's the balance of that? Like, if it's something that you love and a long day of cooking is like a beautiful thing that humans have been doing forever, like why can't you do that? You know what I mean?
Balance.
But it's like, but it's hard because when you're doing it in place of tasks that maybe you should be doing. But
Well,
again, it's how do you define the shoulds?
I don't think it's wasted time. Like, I don't think any of things are wasted time. It's just, it's not prioritizing it in that moment. Like, for me, if I have a hard deadline, I'll figure out how to get shit done. I can like tap into like my college Adderall brain and be like, all right, let's just stay up and fucking knock this out. You know, I have that in me still. But if it's something like, no one's begging me for this, like it's a loose rolling deadline, that's when I mess around too much.
Open-ended.
Yeah. Open-ended.
I think all
Where
of us
it's like,
know.
I'm the boss. I'm the boss of this. That's
Right.
So that's hard.
Can I ask you actually regarding mental health? There's a large wave now of people either self-diagnosing or, because of reading context clues on social media, or going to the doctor and officially getting diagnosed with, ADHD, OCD. There are a lot of different mental health barriers that I think our generation, we didn't really talk about it a lot as kids, but now as adults, we're all kind of saying like, oh, that's why my time management is bad because of XYZ or because of ADHD. Or do you have any experience in either kind of self-diagnosing from clues that you're seeing and how that relates to your time management or procrastination? Or
I think, well, I would say I'm like a depressive, anxious girly. But
okay.
I think that, I think I've had moments where I'm like, this feels it's giving ADHD. But the truth is, I know people who I'm like, your ADHD is so severe in a way that I can't relate to, that I'm like, I don't think I actually do have ADHD. I think I'm just distracted, like normal, organic distracted. And if I'm like not, if there is mental health, if I'm upset about something or sad about something or worried about something, I think that it is just harder to get anything done or to enjoy anything, frankly, in that moment for me.
I feel like we've all been primed to develop less attention skills over the course of our lifetime. I think about this a lot. I'm like been a runner since I was a teenager. And I remember the days when I would have my like little like CD-ROM, like I would take that on a run, right? With my Discman with like the boom box.
Remember it would skip too?
It would skip, but it would have like the anti-skip thing, right?
Yeah.
But I would have 12
Anti-skip.
songs on a CD.
Yeah.
And that would be my running soundtrack,
That's
right?
amazing.
And that was like, okay, get a good CD, like we're going for a run.
Yeah.
And now it's Spotify. And it's millions of songs, however quickly I want to skip them, right?
Yep.
And that to me is just such a representation of everything that you just used to have to be okay with having a smaller number of things and pay attention to that the whole time. And now everything is at our fingertips, everything is instant, you can skip, there's a million options for everything, and I think that has just naturally diminished our attention span in general.
Yeah.
Which is so I don't know anyone who's immune to it. Like I love Adderall now because I'm like, oh, I can just lock in on a task that.
Do you take Adderall regularly?
Not regular. I mean, when I can get my hands on it.
Oh, I was gonna be like, yeah. I'm like, do you want to be my?
Who's your doctor?
Yeah. Thank you, Kumin boys.
I love a referral.
I love my brothers.
Oh my God.
But that leads us to a question I wanted to ask you is, what does time well spent look like to you? Like if you could look at, whether in whatever context, in a day, a week, a month, a year, like when you have a great day, or like a great week, how was your time spent?
I think week is easier for me to think about. I think because there's days where it's all about this thing that I really want, but I'm not doing the other things. I think for me, like a week well spent is, yes, I am getting shit done that is important to me, whether it's writing, whether it's, being on a great show I was really excited about, work that I find fulfilling and enjoyable and is making me money. Yeah. I think checking off some bullshit admin stuff that I hate, like life admin, that I don't want to do, but at least I know I've done it, and that's a little bit of weight off my shoulders. I think time with friends, just like social time, enjoying being around people I love, probably involving food and or bevs in a gorgeous space, or even just like having friends over. I also just really like going to my friends' houses and having them come to me. Like I just want to be with people I love. And probably some health stuff, like, okay, I had a really good workout class, or I went for a great run, like things like that, where I feel like I am doing things to nourish myself. I think a week that feels balanced.
I was just gonna say, it sounds like there's like a little bit in each bucket.
Yeah, like I kind of need balance is really important to me. It's where it's just like but then I'm like, I need to hang out with my friends now. Like I'm like, I need to be social. I desperately want to be in a restaurant and eating something amazing. Like that's, so yeah, it is balance. I really do need balance.
I've found that
what about you?
It's so similar. Yeah. It's an ideal week has all of those things in equal amounts, but I've found that it's a rarity for a week like that to really like come. And so it's like I'm trying to be better about like, okay, if I had one week that was heavily work or heavily social, like how do I make the following week tilt it to the scales of the other stuff that I know fill my cup, while also pushing me forward to whatever next stage I want to be in. I'm trying really hard right now to relax into the natural flow of things, and also like listen to my body, when I've done a hard week of working out and my body is not feeling great. Yeah. Old me would have been like, it doesn't matter, you have to work out every day. Yeah. And now it's like, take a day of rest and then go get back into it tomorrow. But like, use this time to do something else that you neglected last week while you were doing this other stuff.
Do you guys like alone time? Do you
I
value
need
alone
it
time?
more than I need it.
It's my favorite thing in the world.
Same.
Yeah.
And
Need
that's
it.
another thing where I feel like they're, you're at the cellar almost every night. Like I can't really, I don't know what that would be like, because there's just I need nights at home and I need to be alone. And that's something that I also think shifted for me in the pandemic that I think might affect me for the rest of my life. Hopefully I can figure out how to coexist with a lover, but we'll see.
I have that fear too.
So yeah, I don't know. And so I sometimes I'm like, oh, I'm spending there are weeks where it's like, I didn't have enough shows this week, or I'm not being social enough at night, or like I should be going on dates or whatever. And then there's just like where I'm like, actually, I'm kind of home a lot at night this week. And there are moments where I'll feel a little bad about it, where I'm like, I'm not doing these things. But then I'm also like, I literally need this. Like, I just want to be alone right now. I just want to be. Like, I don't want to be I want to be, period.
Yeah.
Like, that's it. And there is something kind of powerful about that.
And the more alone time you have, the more time you can spend on Facebook Marketplace.
Finding more fruit.
Goes back to
And
the
it brings you
winter.
joy.
It does.
Yeah.
You earmarked something about you have that fear of
Oh, the fear. So I love my alone time as well. I think RuPaul said this, and I've stolen it, is I am an introvert cosplaying as an extrovert.
Totally.
So I am very social. I love hanging out with my friends, but I get exhausted and drained really quickly.
Same.
And I think people look at me and they're like, you're such an extrovert. But I'm like, oh no, I'm actually such an introvert. And I desperately need my alone time. And one of my biggest challenges in relationships that I come across is having to fight for my own alone time. Most of my partners have been generous and being like, okay, if you need the space, if you need the time alone, take it. But I'm like at the point where I'm like, okay, can we hang out once a week? And then the next vacations, like 4 vacations, I'm going out by myself. Like I'm that kind of a monster.
Yeah.
Because
I
just
don't call
want
that
my
monster.
I
at
just
all.
think it's
I need to find the happy medium ground of what the compromise is.
Or
It's
the
of
or
course-
person.
Well, that's what I was going to
Or
say, or a
find a right
person who is
person.
equally like that.
Yeah.
That's.
But I want to
that's
be a
such thing.
Goldie. I want to be a Goldie Hawn, Kurt Russell. They're my like relationship model.
Yes. Separate bathrooms.
I fear I'm a whoopee.
Yeah. They used to live. They lived apart.
I don't want anyone in my bed.
I don't want anyone in my house, is what she said. My house.
Is that what Whoopi said?
Yes.
I love that.
Yes.
I love it.
Yes.
But I mean,
fear.
we can find those relationships hopefully where our partner respects our independent space and time. Because when I come together with my partner, I want to be like, oh, I missed you.
Excited,
Instead of
yeah.
being like, I'm still mad because you fucking didn't flush the toilet this morning.
Yeah.
Like I want to be able to come together with. So I relate to that fear of cohabitating with somebody while you similarly love your own space.
Totally.
Solitude. It's tricky.
Me and you, babe.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think this is
Call
it.
me in 15 years.
This
See
is
what
it.
happens.
Let's get married.
Totally. Your new Kelly.
Yeah.
We have a quick game of rapid fire 10 questions. Do you have the
Let's do it. Let's do it.
and where can, as we set that up, where can our guests find you at?
You can find me all over the internet at Julia Shiplett.
Lovely. We'll link
And
it in
your
the show
social media
notes.
is also at Julia
Julia
Shiplett
Shiplett.
with
Yep.
2 T's.
2 T's.
2 T's. Amazing. Okay, so time for rapid fire.
Okay.
I'm nervous.
Loosey goosey. So
Okay,
fun.
great. Okay, Alex.
Okay, here
Take
we
it
go.
away.
Favorite time of day?
Ooh. Oh, maybe like 11:30 a.m.
One vice you wish you could give up?
God, I don't know. I'm perfect. Eating late at night.
Vintage or new?
Vintage.
Something you notice about someone right when you meet them?
Maybe shoes.
Fuck, marry, kill. The new NYC garbage bins, the MTA, a rat.
I'm fucking with the rat.
Obviously.
No, they put out. I don't know about the bins. I don't really know what they look like. Maybe kill because I don't know what it is.
Okay.
Wait, so I'm marrying the subway? Honestly, this tracks. Yeah.
Okay. I support that,
Yeah.
actually. I will give you that. Okay, mountain or beach vacation?
Beach.
Favorite childhood cartoon?
Ooh. Oh my gosh, this is rapid.
Tick-tock, tick-tock.
We'll say Rugrats. I'm too old for that.
How many continents have you visited?
4?
Great. Kill, fuck, marry. Nike, Skechers, Converse. Particularly, it's a Skechers shape up.
Oh my God.
Okay.
In that case, fuck. I think honestly, okay, maybe marry Nikes and Converse hurt my feet. I think they're cute, but they hurt my feet.
Kill them.
Get them out.
Great, and your fucking Skechers shape up's great.
Yeah.
Okay. You can go on a dinner date with any historical figure. Who is it?
Oh my God.
This is so rapid.
Oh my God. These are
Hurry
such
up, hurry up.
Oh my God. The Queen.
5, 4, 3.
Cleopatra, Audrey Hepburn.
The the former king of Thailand. King Bhumibol.
Okay.
Fascinating.
Rapid fire's done, but can you elaborate on that? Why?
I lived in Thailand for like, I was living in Southeast Asia for like 10 and a half months after college.
Oh my gosh.
And he's literally like treated like a god there. Like
Yeah.
he is a god status. And this man was barely hanging on by a thread, but he was beloved. His photo was in every single restaurant,
Yeah.
business in the country. And I was just kind of like, okay, slay.
Did he have the son who was like the rebel?
Yes. And there was like
There was
kind
like
of a
some
coup.
issues.
There was,
Yeah.
you know,
Yeah.
there's
Kind of a
Kind of a coup.
Yeah.
Wow, I love that. Good
Fascinating.
answer.
We love that. We love that.
so hard.
I know. We
Yeah, we
really
also- they
we
weren't
gave
so
you.
rapid.
They were not rapid.
Give us a 250-word answer to. Oh my God.
Thank you so much. We love you so much.
Love you guys.
So an absolute delight.
Fun.
Thank you guys for watching and listening. Give us a like and a follow across all platforms.
We love you all.
Love
and
you.
Have a good day.
Bye.